Here we go. Okay, we're in the middle of the Pirkei Psicha introductory remarks, which happen to be some of the most powerful points in the Sefer. As the Shimshon Pink is here, it's really painting us with broad strokes. What is tefillah? As yesterday we learned this incredible idea that if we have a ladder to climb up to the roof, if we don't get on the ladder, we're not going to go anywhere. So now we're realizing how incredible, how great tefillah is. And the truth is, he gave us one more example to add on to yesterday, is he quotes from Navi, that in the apostle regarding Nebuchadnezzar, that it says that V'Yisref is Beis Hashem, V'es Beis Gadol, the Bayis Gadol. What's this Bayis Gadol? And Rav Shimshon Pincus quotes a Chazal, a Gemara Megillah, that teaches us it's either a Makom Sheyisgadel B'Torah, or a Makom Sheyisgadel B'Tefillah. Yisgadel, to become great. Like we're explaining, that you want to become great, you want to get all the way up to the heights. You got to get on that ladder and we got to climb a little bit each and every day. But now we continue with one of the most powerful lines in the whole Sefer. Why is it so powerful? Because he says, Iker hatfila. The Iker. We want to know what is the main point of davening. What is it? Shehu, he explains, lahargish, you should feel. She'oimid, that you're standing lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in front of Hashem, b'mitzias, in reality. Ulahargish, and to feel kirvasi, Hashem is so close to me. And when this entity and the closeness with Hashem, he mitzios mamoshis, it has to be real, it has to be tangible. Loi pachot, no less, mikol mitzios pshuta hamochreches lanu, any other type of mitzios in the world. And the example that we're going to give is we're all here talking to each other. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're having a conversation. So one would say that we feel very close right now. If you have a conversation on the phone, I can't see you. If I write a letter to you, I can't even respond to you. We're sitting here on Zoom and we could see each other. But it's not a mitzias mamish. You're not sitting in front of me. If you were sitting in the chair opposite to me, it would be a much closer conversation. Says Rav Shimshon Pincus, what we're trying to get to, and how do we get there, he says, is with thought, contemplation, sitting, stopping, and thinking before we daven. That what? Hashem is right there in front of us. In reality, we're talking to him. It's a conversation. And one time I thought of the following idea. When I'm talking to you and I'm looking at the camera, how am I talking to you? I'm looking at the camera. But the reason I'm able to do that is because I'm envisioning that in that little camera hole, when I gaze in there, behind that camera lens, you're sitting. And because of that, I'm able to converse with you even if you're not really in front of me. When we're davening Shemona Esrei, it's the exact same thing. Hashem's not there in front of us. Of course he is. But we don't see him. So what? We have to have that same visualization that Hashem is right there, in the flesh, in the reality, whatever that means, and we're actually able to converse to him. And the more that we think about this, and it's said over about the Brisker Rav, that he actually davened a very quick Shemona Esrei. You know why? Because of this idea. Because he believed that if you don't have this level of kavanah, that Hashem is right in front of you, he believed it's not called tefillah. That was his chiddush, that it's not called tefillah. So he would daven very fast, because to hold that point, to feel that literally Hashem is right there, is not so simple. But that is the ikr of tefillah. And he tells us a three-part equation to get to this realization. We have to realize, number one, God is so great, so lofty. Hashem could do everything, will do everything, and is the most holy and incredible being. He created the world and all of us. Number two, that by our very design, we're low mortals. We're nothing. We're Adam. We're from the Adama. We're from the ground. We're nothing. But guess what? We're all the way down there, and Hashem is all the way up there. But what happens when we daven? What happens when we take those 3 steps forward is right now, that most incredible lofty entity and us mere man meet face to face in conversation. And we're able to talk. I'm not throwing words up to heaven. I'm having a nice, as he calls it. I'm having a conversation with Hashem. And the more that we think about this, and the more we try to visualize this, what happens is it elevates us. And we're no longer that little worm, that little nothing. We become the Adam that we are, the incredible being that has the schus, the merit, the wonderful pleasure to be able to talk to God each and every day. So the more that we think about this idea, the Ikar HaTfilah will slowly be able to come to paint this picture that Hashem is literally right in front of us. Chevra, have yourself a